One aspect of building a web application that most developers often neglect is implementing email notifications. And this is what powers welcome emails, password resets, and most people don't pay attention to it. I'm David, I'm with the SendLayer team, and in this video, I'm going to walk you through how to set up email notification into your Node.js application using the SendLayer Node.js SDK. But without further ado, let's jump right in. Okay, so the first thing you need to do is to install the SDK package, and then there are numerous available packages, but for this tutorial I'm using the SendLayer Node.js package, and to install it you run the command npm install SendLayer. If you notice, I also added a .env library. So the reason I added this is for me to be easy to make it easy for me to manage environment variables. So I don't want to have my API keys in the code base, so I'm using this library to handle that. So I'm just going to run this command and it should install the two packages we have. So on my blank project, I only have a send-email.js file and a packet.json file. My packet.json file only includes two packages, which are the two we just installed, the .env and the SendLayer SDK package. And then so the first step, to send an email, you need to import the SendLayer module. This module provides access to the methods for sending email, the method for managing email events, and the method for creating webhooks. We're only interested in the email event for this tutorial. So after importing it, I'm going to also import this .env package we installed. So the reason I'm importing it is for me to be able to use the process.env in this file, and it will be able to read my environment variables from a .env file. So after doing that, to load it using the .env package, and then the next step is to initialize the SDK using your API key. And to do that, you call this SendLayer client, and then call the SendLayer module, passing your API key as an environment, as the argument. I'm going to show you how to retrieve your API key before testing the email, so don't worry about that part yet. After initializing the SDK, the next step is to create the parameters. So I'm going to create a params variable, which includes the parameters the SDK requires in order to work. So for the basic implementation, you need to pass in the sender address, the recipient's email address, the email subject, and then either the text parameter or HTML parameter for the email you want to send. So what did I just add? So this command is going to we use that to store the response we're going to receive when we run this command. And then the most important part is the emails.send method. This method is what actually sends the API request to the SendLayer API, and then it takes in the parameters, which is the from, to, subject, and the text, which we just specified in the params field. And then we're going to log this email response in the console, so we know if anything, if we get an actual response. And then we use the catch block to catch any API errors. The good thing about the SendLayer API package is that it's equipped with error handling, so you can just call your try catch block and it's going to capture errors as they occur. So this is like the basic implementation. As you can see, in less than 20 lines of code, we've implemented this. So I'm just going to run this command to see if we get an error response. Okay, if you can see, it didn't send, and I deliberately did that so we can see the error handling in place. So it's saying invalid SendLayer authentication error, invalid API key, which is expected because we didn't pass an API key from the .env file. So this is actually a good practice, so you can catch errors like rate limiting, API key errors when from the code base before deploying to production. So I'm going to retrieve my API key, and then we can try that again. So to retrieve it, log into your SendLayer account. I'll put a link to that in the description section of this video. Once you sign up for a free account and verified your domain, you will have access to an API key. And then if you don't have access to one, you can click on this create new button, specify the name for your API key, and then click create. I'm not going to proceed with that because I already have one for this tutorial. I'm just going to click on copy and then return back to my code editor, and then replace this with the API key I just copied. Okay, so before actually sending it again, let me also show you some of the additional parameters you can pass. So the SendLayer SDK also include additional parameters. You can send HTML emails. You can send emails to multiple recipients. You can also add a custom reply to email address. So I'm going to include the HTML parameter so we see how that works. I have a basic HTML email here. I have an error there, so I'm just going to resolve that and then fix the indentation a bit. Yep. Okay, so you can actually send your emails with a text parameter and a HTML parameter, and I recommend sending both because some email clients don't support some HTML syntax, so you have your emails rendered even if those clients don't support it. So for me, I'm going to leave both actually, and then I also specify the reply to email address. So this is actually useful if you want your users to like reply to a specific email address. So once that is in place, let me run that send command again. If everything works successfully, we should get a response, and as you can see, we have the message ID listed here. And then I'll check my email inbox to see if the email actually came through. Actually received the email. As you can see, this came in about 0 minutes ago. So this is how to send an email with SendLayer. I hope you found this video useful. Do also check out the link to our in-depth developer documentation to learn more of the available parameters and some of the error handling best practices. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers.